Shalom YouTube. You're listening to The Financially Savvy Chick. I am Tamar. Today's video I want to talk about rising consumer debts is colliding with rising interest rates, which is a ticking bomb. Over the last several months, consumer debt has climbed at a steep, steady pace as Americans struggle with rising prices. November was no different, with consumers piling on another $27.9 billion in debt. Now, there is a lag when it comes to finance. The reports always are a month or two behind. With 7.1% increase in consumer debt in November, Americans now owe a record $4.76 trillion, according to the latest data from the federalreserve.gov. This is a big problem for the Fed. It tries to battle rising prices with interest rate hikes. The interest that the central bank created is forcing people to go deeper into debt. Meanwhile, inflation fight is making debt more and more expensive. It doesn't make sense, does it? The Federal Reserve consumer debt figures include credit card debt, student loans, and auto loans, but they don't factor in mortgage debt. When you include mortgages, the U.S. consumers are buried under more than $16.5 trillion in debt. Americans are running up credit card balances at a dizzying pace. In November, revolving credit increased by $16.4 billion. With that 16.9% increase, Americans now owe nearly $1.19 trillion in revolving debt. It's not going to get any better either, because you have people getting laid off from their jobs. You have inflation out of control. We honestly are in hyperinflation, if you ask me. To put the increase into perspective, the annual increase in 2019 prior to the pandemic was 3.6%. It's pretty clear that with stimulus money long gone, Americans have turned to plastic in order to make ends meet as prices continue to skyrocket. Now, I've been shopping on websites, and I even checked out this app called Klarna, where you can purchase items in advance and just pay back in 2 weeks and so forth. I mean, they're letting you pay for sneakers, watches, washcloths, towels. It's amazing. I mean, it's kind of like a subscription-based service, which makes me think of the 2030 policy or plan that the WEF has come up with, where you would own nothing and be happy, and everything is based on the subscription service. It seems like we're already there, or I'm not going to say we're heading there, but it seems like we're already there, and people are actually welcoming it with open arms. Like, no one's screaming out like, hey, this is not good, you shouldn't be able to finance sneakers or your groceries. That's just crazy. The rapidly growing levels of credit card debt should raise eyebrows. But as Zero Hedge pointed out, the real problem is the double whammy of rising debt and interest rates. It's like what's that saying? Oh my goodness, I can't think of it right now. Okay. The average credit card interest rates have eclipsed the record high of 17.87%. The average annual percentage rates currently stand at 19.59%. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the point I was trying to make. I remember when they issued the child tax credit, they had the option of you opting out, but in order for you to opt out of receiving the child tax credit, you had to create an account on the irs.gov website, and you had to pretty much give all your biometric data. You had to give fingerprints, your scan of your retina, your eye. You had to put in your passport information, driver's license, social security number, birth certificate. I mean, you name every single thing about yourself, you had to put it in that system. What is it? It was something, but I talked about this a while ago. But you had to do all of this just to opt out of not receiving. It was like a catch-22. That's the saying. And that's what this is. The rising debt and interest rates is a catch-22. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Okay. Bank rate data shows it would take 16 years for someone to pay off the current average credit card balance of $5,474 just by making minimum payments at 19.2%. At that point, you would have shelled out at least $7,365 in interest alone. That's crazy. Non-revolving credit, including auto loans and student loans, rose by $11.5 billion, a 5.9% annual increase, which was slightly below October's increase. The total non-revolving credit now stands at $3.57 trillion. Mainstream continues to spin rising indebtedness as a sign of a healthy economy, which is not the case. While some households are borrowing more to withstand inflationary pressures, economists sees the growth as mainly a sign of strength in the economy. Excuse me. Excuse me. But running up credit card balances month after month is not a sign of a healthy economy. In fact, it reveals the dysfunction in an economy that is addicted to artificially low interest rates and money printing. The bottom line is that Americans continue to borrow at an excessive rate because they don't have any other way to make ends meet. People don't run up their Visa's balance month after month to buy groceries when they are in a very strong financial shape. They just don't do that. The stimulus checks are long gone. Savings are being depleted. The average person has no choice but to pull out the plastic. Of course, it is not a sustainable trajectory. A credit card has this inconvenient thing called a limit. And once you hit that limit, you're tapped out. America, the U.S. is also tapped out. They're printing money and everybody's paying for it. The world is paying for it. America is tapped out. Bottom line. People are tapped out. Bottom line. The number of bankruptcies are through the roof, and they're going to continue to increase. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video, if you found it helpful. I hope you got from this video that you should do everything you can to get out of debt and stay out of debt. Looking to invest in tangible assets? Don't forget to visit our website, financiallysavvychick.com, and visit our blog section. Until next time, shalom.